Biology of Emotions series, Letter to the Uninformed, Chapter 8, Navigate Your Relationships. Shake off the menaces and embrace positive people. As we journey through our relationships, we soon realize that not everyone is kind. Yet this leaves quite a predicament. How can we interact with people who are mean? Were actions or words intentional, unintentional, or controllable? It leads many people to utter confusion as they sort their list of relational shoulds and ideals. Evaluation is key, my friend. Evaluating relationships is a critical skill to learn. Think about it. We must evaluate all of our relationships. Yet often we get stuck investing in suboptimal relationships. We may get stuck upholding an imaginary ideal instead of finding the optimum for each person. But evaluating is not judging the person as good or bad. Evaluating is to assess the sensations, emotions, and needs of each person, then place them in the context of healthy communication that follows the rainbows of curiosity, clarifying questions, and I statements, such as much as possible. We must identify the emotional immaturities of the person we care about. We also find beneficial role placements by seeing how our internalizer-externalizer tendencies affect our interactions. This seems like a lot to evaluate, and it is a lot to evaluate. The best way to make it second nature is to keep navigating and noticing the steps on the pathway. Here is our pathway map so far. Always locate your current location on the map to navigate your relationships. We express a need, then navigate the following social hurdles. Navigating relationships pathway map. Event leads to sensation, leads to emotion, to need, to social hurdles, which include the following: clouds and rainbows, and then emotional immaturity, maturity pairs, and then list of shoulds, then cognitive biases, followed by recalculating, then transition points, internalizer, externalizer dynamic, role self, authentic self duality, power of a third party, evaluation, message sorting, optimizing, shared sensations and narratives, response, which is boundaries or opportunities that lead to danger, unfulfilling emotional distance, or hopefully safety, fulfilling emotional closeness. And we want them to lead us away from danger and towards that safety. Navigating relationships pathway map. After we express a need, many people trip over subsequent social hurdles. But now that we know the pathway, we can navigate with a higher probability of reaching safety. Sort messages. Most people don't realize how much their brain acts as a message sorter. If you think your phone gets many messages and notifications, think about your brain. I'd like to point out that our brain needs messages. Historically, we lived in nature and many plants and animals around it, with many plants and animals around us. This constant input gave us a centered place in the world. However, in modern society, we are bombarded with marketing messages, societal messages, family messages, and many more. What is our brain to do with all of these? Many people leave their brain on autopilot to sort these. I suggest that you take at least one intentional step. Ask yourself, does this message resonate with my authentic self? Just ask the question. If you wish, use the mirror experiment technique and stand in front of the mirror to see your facial response. This will at least help you tag the messages in one of four ways. Yes, it resonates with me. Maybe. I'm not sure. Or no, it doesn't resonate with my authentic self. This may change with time as you grow and develop. Remember the life transitions? Messages may resonate with you differently during or after life transitions. Message sorting worksheet. You have a printable PDF download link in Appendix 4. What societal message did I pick up? Who did the message come from? What was the person's emotional state when giving it? Calm, fearful, angry, happy, excited, etc. What parts of the message resonate with me? What is my message? Message sorting worksheet. The message sorting worksheet helps you navigate the messages you picked up throughout life. See the beauty of boundaries and opportunities. Boundaries and opportunities are necessary for relationships. Some people have few or no boundaries. They may hope that they can form fulfilling, emotional, close relationships with just opportunities. If we think about this, it seems absurd. What is the chance that people will respond positively to the opportunities we present 100% of the time? It is so improbable that it is basically impossible. That is why boundaries are beautiful. They're not just necessary, they help create beautiful relationships. Boundaries help our needs get met as we navigate social hurdles, and we continually encounter social hurdles. Yet other people only focus on boundaries and ignore opportunities. This can seem cold, causing our loved ones to wonder when there will be an opportunity for emotional closeness. As we navigate relationships, it is important and surprisingly fun to search out opportunities for emotional closeness as well as boundaries that beautify our relationships. We do this as we navigate social hurdles. It is not easy, it is challenging, but it is rewarding. Reach for an ideal. Come along with me in your imagination. Let us reconstruct the daily routine of our ancestors along with the sensations and communication they would experience and tasks they would do on their way to forming relationships. The three categories of sensations, communication, and tasks play a big role. It's early morning. As you exit your shelter, the rustling of leaves perks up your ears and the grass tickles your toes. You see your children and loved ones playing by the shelter. You walk with one to the creek to fetch water. Only on the way there is no need to talk. You both move comfortably along the well-worn trail through the forest to the water source. You are synchronized to nature and share sensations without even speaking about them. These sensations give each of you an emotion of joy that quickly turns to fright when you see a bear in the distance meandering towards your path and shoo it away. You empathize with each other through sensations, emotions, and needs that you share. Later that morning, you see people by the fire. You say something, so they answer back. You cycle through sharing stories about your day, narratives. You already have emotional closeness from your shared sensations, emotions, and needs. Now you build positive communication by the fireside. Both the fire and mealtime dwindle. Then you move on to other items you have to do. Throughout the day, there are tasks to do. You share some level of trust and rapport, so you are able to work together on tasks. Rapport is harmonious, mutual understanding, often related to a shared experience or manner of interacting. This helps with projects that depend on teamwork. Your ability, your adaptability skills kick in, and you team up to make an environment that protects you from danger and guides you to safety. As the day ends, you cycle back to stable communication by the fireside, along with building empathy through shared sensations, emotions, and needs. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person, often attaching value to those feelings. What we have in this example is a picture and an image of sharing some of the innate strategies we naturally have in a way that leads to emotional closeness and therefore relationships. Unfortunately, many people only live in a world of tasks. They do task, task, task without cycling through the forest walk of shared sensations, the fireside narratives, and then tasks with people they trust. In the past, our ancestors automatically flowed through these cycles since they happen daily, no matter what. Yet today, we would have to intentionally create them, and they do not always fit into our fast paced life. As an example, if you have a child that has behavioral issues and you guide them for 15 minutes on a forest walk, where you walk slowly while paying attention to the sounds and textures, and then as they enter a playful spirit, you play yourself, you will be amazed at the difference. You can make music on stumps, catch falling leaves, and run like a deer through the brush. You can feel the shared sensations on your body and the thrill. Then, at a puddle of water, look at your faces. You and the child may have a smile on your faces without even knowing it was there. Now, as you know, play ramps up and slows down, just as any other activity. So when play starts to fade down, it is the perfect time to move to the fireside For shared narratives, your fireside could be to sit by a stream, gaze at the stars, hold a cup of hot chocolate, or something else that encourages chatting. At the fireside, you share stories about characters from your forest trail. You have a nice time talking and listening. It is like a ping pong. It is like ping pong, except you're talking and listening. Nobody's talking at one another, and you both are engaged in what each other has to say. The shared sensations from the forest walk and the shared narratives from the fireside chat help your emotional connection grow. Then you do your daily tasks that you are already used to doing. The connection from cycling through scenarios like this will be tangible. It is something beyond strategies, and there is a reason for it. The feeling of a positive, connected relationship is something you always remember. It is like riding a bike in the sense that once you get the hang of it, you never forget. So, as you get messages with all kinds of relationship strategies and tricks and behavioral ideas, you will be drawn to the feeling of closeness that you shared. It will be like the North Star guiding you, in this case, to help you navigate relationships leading to emotional closeness. Will it give you power to change or control people? Of course not. What it does is help you empathize and build rapport with the authentic self of the person you care about, and also with your authentic self. Quest for fulfilling relationships with emotional closeness. Fulfilling relationships with emotional closeness are so important that we have mechanisms to navigate to these types of safe relationships. We also have ways to avoid falling into unfulfilling relationships fraught with emotional distance. By following along the sensation, emotion, and need pathway map, we can navigate the social hurdles that we may encounter. Relationships can be difficult, but I encourage you to take heart. Learning how to navigate our relationships smoothly is fulfilling and rewarding. Evaluating where others are on their journey shows us the intriguing medley of people we get to meet and interact with. Whenever you hear someone exclaim, I can't believe they said that. How in the world can they do that? Or why would they think that? Pull out your sensation, emotion, and need pathway map. You will find solace and intrigue in locating where that person is on their own navigation of relationships. Also, remember to routinely use the worksheets and web app tools that I wrote especially for you. In this letter, I discussed how our biology takes us away from danger and towards safety. I also discussed steps on social pathways where we can evaluate our situation as we navigate relationships. Recognizing how our emotions direct us to specific needs as we navigate these social pathways is very empowering. It lets us navigate our relationships to optimal well being. Being able to identify the social pathways that occur in the midst of emotionally charged situations is empowering. I have never enjoyed situations where I have no idea what is going on. On the contrary, I feel calm when I know what to expect. I think we can all agree that most people would like to have an idea of what is going on around them. Each day we are bombarded with shoulds, cognitive biases, emotional immaturities, clouds, and more. But very few people even know that these exist, let alone which one they are encountering at any moment. But you, my friend, now have this power. You are now able to identify not only clouds but also rainbows. You have the ability to optimize the best ethical situation for you and the ones you care about. What's more, your precision in identifying sensations, emotions, and needs will help you meet your needs and those of others. Nothing feels better than having a need met with precision, because when a need truly gets met in a sustainable, constructive way, that is a good day. When that happens, we feel it in our body and our emotions follow. Please remember that this letter is not to tell you what you should do. It is not a set of instructions or a program for some sort of outcome. It is more of a description of what already occurs. It is information for you to see the role of emotions in our lives and how these emotions interact with social pathways. It is the description of the gameplay of nature. You can choose any direction for your life. Since you are reading this, I know you are creative and curious. You dive deep into knowledge and searching for wisdom. You will treat yourself ethically and also respect others. I know you will navigate your relationships wonderfully. I wish you well along the way. Andrew Semitok. And at the end, we have our worksheets.